Hi, my name is Christy, and I'm a website designer from Ocala, Florida. I first started learning how to sew when I was little, but I didn't really start getting into it until a year ago when I got my very own sewing machine, and I've been making dresses and posting them on burdastyle.com. You can find me on there as the username Disty. So today I'm going to show you how to make one of the most popular projects on Burda Style, which is the Charlie bag. It's a really easy project and there's only 7 steps to it. So I'm going to show you how it's done. I've already cut out all of my fabric pieces, and we're going to start with the smallest piece here, which is going to end up being a little pouch on the inside of the bag that you can stuff the whole bag into for storage. So if you hold it hot dog style, we're going to be sewing up the 2 smaller ends on the outside so it doesn't fray. Now there are 2 different ways that you can sew this bag. If you have a serger, you can serge the edges at 5/8 of an inch, or if you're like me and you don't have a serger, you can use your sewing machine. All you have to do is sew the edges with a zigzag stitch right on the edge of the fabric. So here we go. Alright, now that we're done with that, we're going to place this down flat on the table, pretty side up, and we're going to fold it according to the pattern. So you can see the 2 little notches on the pattern piece here. We're going to fold the smaller end in first, and then we're going to fold the larger end in on top. So now all we have to do is sew up the 2 raw edges, and then we'll finish up our pouch. Okay, and now we're done with the pouch. I'm just going to sit aside and we'll deal with it later. Next thing we're going to do is start assembling the actual bag. So you're going to take one of the large pieces of fabric here, and we're going to stitch around the curved edges of the handles here, here, and here. And if you're on a serger, you're going to be serging the edges at 5/8 of an inch, or if you're using a sewing machine like I am, we're just going to be doing a zigzag stitch right on the edge. And this stitch is going to be visible from the outside of the bag, so I picked this really pretty pink color that matches my fabric and my shirt, and it's going to be a nice decorative touch to the bag. So here we go. Alright, I just finished sewing the curved edges on the front and the back part of the bag. So next thing we need to do is sew the handles. So you're just going to take one piece of fabric and lay it out flat, and you're going to take the 2 strips and sandwich them together like this. And I'm just going to pin it so I can show you what it looks like. So when you open it up, you'll have one piece of fabric with a loop for the handle. So the handles are not attaching to each other, they're attaching to themselves. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew this up. Okay, and the first one's finished, so now we're going to do the exact same thing for the second piece of fabric. Take it, make sure the pretty sides are facing in, sandwich it together, and we're just going to sew. Alright, and now that's done, we're going to start assembling the bag. So this is where it really starts to come together. You're going to place one piece of fabric down, pretty side up, and we're going to take the other piece of fabric and lay it pretty side down, so the right sides are facing, and we're going to use the pattern to show us where we want to attach the pouch that we made earlier. So if you look down on this, you can see there are 2 little markings right on the pattern. So the pouch is going to go right in between, right here. And we want to make sure that you leave the opening of the pouch facing inward so you can use the pouch later and we don't sew it shut. And we're going to take our zigzag stitch and stitch both sides of the bag. Or if you're using a serger, you'd serge it at 5/8 of an inch. Alright, now that the sides are sewn, there's only one step left, and that is to sew up the bottom of the bag so our groceries don't fall right out. All we have to do is lay it back on our pattern again, and you can see where there's a little notch where we're going to fold over the fabric. So I'll just fold this right here and pin it. And we're going to do the same on the other side. I'll just eyeball this. So you can see where it's pinned over, and I'm just going to do a zigzag stitch up the bottom, and then we'll be done. Alright, so that was the last stitch, and now it's time for my favorite part, which is flipping it inside out so you can see what it looks like. So here it is. This is the Charlie bag from burdastyle.com, and it's so much prettier than one of those plastic grocery bags. So I'll also show you what it looks like when you stuff it in the little pouch that we made earlier. There it is. You can download the pattern from burdastyle.com, and thank you for watching.